The Edge.
Here we are with Jessie J. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. What did you think about the Logies? Because you were down in Melbourne recently.
Indeed. I was there 2 nights ago, and it was epic. It was a very kind of big, extravagant event. I felt like a guest at a wedding that I didn't know anyone.
You wouldn't have known anyone. Be honest. Was it a bit like
I know a few
"Who are
people.
all
I
these
recognised a
people?"
few people. I recognised Toadfish from Neighbours.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And there was a gentleman that was actually on my plane that I recognised from Home and Away.
Right.
His name's Daniel.
We work with Jonathan Coleman, and he said that you
Yeah.
came up to him and
Yes,
recognised
from
him.
Heart FM. I used to listen to him and Harriet all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But apart from that, no one. And it was like, who are all
Really?
these people? Why are they so important?
Well, no, it's obviously because a lot of people knew who I was, and it's kind of like
That'll do
they're
then.
smiling at you. And well, no, but then they're like, "Hi," and I'm like, "I don't know if I know who you are." Like,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna smile anyway.
Do
yeah,
you
it was
find
good.
that awkward? I mean, since becoming famous, and you can accept that, I suppose.
The only thing I don't like is when I introduce myself and people go, "I know who you are," and I'm like,
Isn't that rude?
"That's not the point. I have manners, so I'm just gonna
Yeah.
not presume you know who I am because
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of chick."
Yeah. Oh, I know who you are.
So,
Yeah.
but no, it is weird because obviously, like, people will come up to me like and go, "How's it going?" And you're like, "How's what going?" And they're like, "The music." And I'm like, "Oh, okay," because you don't want to presume. You know what I mean? It's a weird. Just
Yeah.
get used to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Price Tag just absolutely blew up. Huge hit everywhere. When you were writing it, did you know? You're like, it's going to be a hit. It's going to be huge.
No, you never know. I mean, you have to believe in certain songs, and you have that moment of like, this has that vibe. And I definitely think that when we wrote Price Tag, it was the second session after we'd written Part in the USA. So the pressure was on, and we were like, okay, how do we write a song that goes and does better than that?
Because that was huge.
Yeah.
Now, that's Miley Cyrus. You
Yeah.
wrote Party in the USA for Miley.
Yeah.
And girls that I know absolutely love that. My sister's boyfriend, I don't know if you found this, but boys go nuts for it as well.
We just go nuts for Miley.
I think it's one of those songs though that it's like it's so cheesy but so kind of cool at the same time. You
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
want to
it's
sing along.
fun.
It's like it's okay to like it.
Well, how did you
Yeah.
write that being English? I mean, what did you just...
Well, it was about me going to the US.
And
It was-
having a party?
Yeah,
Okay.
but a lot of the lyrics were slightly different. It was like, I hopped off the plane at LAX with my tea and my cardigan.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
tea and cardigan are two English things, obviously.
Right. I
Welcome to the
obviously
land
didn't
of
look
fame.
into it enough.
It wasn't excess, it was and sex. Am I allowed to
Yeah.
say?
Yeah.
Am I
okay.
gonna fit
That sounds
in?
better.
Jumped in the cab, here I am for the first time. No, I sang, jumped in the cab, and the driver's on the left side. So there's certain little changes that were
I
made.
get
Yeah.
ya.
lyrically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you went to a performing arts school with like Amy Winehouse and Leona Lewis. Were you... I mean, they're a little bit older than you. You wouldn't
Yeah, they
have
were there
known them,
before
would you?
me, but I went to the Brit School, and they were all in music.
Right.
And I was in musical theatre, so I did singing, dance, and acting.
Okay.
And I was in the same year as Adele, who was in music.
So were you guys friends? Did you see her
Yeah,
perform
we used to
there?
hang out at lunchtime sometimes and sing together.
I've seen her in interviews. She seems like such a fun girl.
Yeah, she's cool, man.
Yeah.
At school, she was definitely someone that everyone knew. Yeah, she's a laugh. I'm so proud of her. She's just setting the standard for UK music around the world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah. Now, you were performing in the dark recently. What
But
happened
everyone
there?
keeps saying that. Like,
Did
it's
that
all-
not
I'm not going to
happen?
lie. I read it on Wikipedia.
No, but a lot of people. It's weird 'cause I literally have come to Australia and everyone's talking about it. But
Yeah.
it was one gig about a year ago that no one else spoke about. It's one of those things. I'm like, I did a gig, but it wasn't in. It's kind of confusing what it's. I don't know why it's on my Wikipedia. It's so strange.
Why is anything on Wikipedia?
Apparently, I've had a sex change. That's on my Wikipedia. That's not
Is
true.
that on your Wikipedia?
I
Obviously,
didn't- well,
fans do it, and it's just
It's
people
not
that.
there now. I checked it this morning,
Oh,
so don't
right.
worry.
Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah, I did a gig and it was called Blackout, and basically the blackout was supposed to happen before I went on stage because I didn't want to sing in the dark. Obviously, it kind of defeats the point of people coming to watch
Right,
me.
I can't see you. Yeah.
But they can hear your voice.
Yeah, but it's not the same, really, is it?
No.
It's very
No.
weird.
Turn the radio on if you want that.
Yeah, it's very weird. So basically, what happened? They turned the lights off and then couldn't get the lights back on. But they wanted me to go on, so I went on and then started to have a panic attack because I really don't like the dark. Not because of I just don't like not being in control of knowing if I can get out, and it's very weird when
On
people
a
are taking
stage
and a lot of
too.
people taking pictures, and it's
Yeah.
like almost like a strobe light.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of what it was. But it was like a good year and a half ago.
Another thing that's on your Wikipedia was that you don't drink because when you were a bit younger you weren't that well. Something happened. Is that all true?
Bit of that, and a bit of the fact that I don't have time to get drunk.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to ruin my vocal cords.
Yeah.
And I just never really been a fan of alcohol.
Do you find that awkward? Because, I mean, in Australia, we've got a big drinking culture.
And of course, so does England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing to say.
Not
No.
awkward, but, you know, like...
Not at all.
No.
I actually find it very weird that it's become normal to drink.
Mm.
That
Yeah.
it's almost like the amount of times, and obviously not just saying it, but that it gets brought up in interviews, that it's interesting for me that other people find it so interesting that I don't drink.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
for me, alcohol is glamorized, you know. And I don't. And I did a gig recently where I was on stage, and a lot of the audience were very, very drunk, and it really,
How do you
really
deal with
upset
that?
me.
Because you can, like, people are more aggressive, aren't they?
Yeah, it wasn't about the fact, and I think people got misunderstood because I tweeted about it saying it was the hardest gig I've ever done, and it was nothing about me being angry about people not watching. It was very hard for me to sing watching girls being dragged over the barrier unconscious. And,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like, I'm somebody that can't drink for my health but also chooses not to, because I think that it's important for me to be a role model for young people, and there's a lot of people looking up to me, and they'll copy what I do. So if I roll out of a club drunk, that's what they'll think is cool, and that's not cool to me.
But I'm the one
So-
with the problem then, because I'm not.
But no, I definitely think that, you know, and I had a lot of backlash from that gig, because people were like, oh, how dare you preach? And I was like, I would never ever preach.
Do
I'm
what
not
you want,
anti-alcohol
yeah.
at all, but
Yeah.
I think it's important to look after yourself. But I also think that, unfortunately, in my opinion, I think alcohol is glamorized, and it kills a lot. You know, it's probably the biggest killing thing that's
Well, it
legal
is.
in the world.
We were
so-
talking about that the other day. They
Yeah,
came
it's
out
not
and
just
said,
drugs now. It's,
No, it's-
alcohol.
But it's the biggest problem,
Yeah.
especially in Australia. Violence,
Yeah.
domestic violence it
Yeah.
causes, but also huge health
Well,
issues. and
alcohol
people
is a
don't think about it.
depressant, so it brings
Yeah.
out, you know, and I don't want it to become a thing of like, oh, she's the girl that doesn't drink and doesn't, because this is my
It's your life.
Your
my
instrument.
life, and
Yeah.
this is, it's like a piano player dipping their fingers in acid. Why would they do it?
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Well, let's talk about your album.
Yes,
Who you
that would be
are.
good.
What do you want listeners to take away from your record?
I kind of want them to take away what they want. You know, whether they want to listen to a song and cry, or listen to a song and want to go and tell somebody they love them, or punch a wall, or go and quit their job, or I just want it to create emotion, you know,
Yeah.
and let people feel better. I want it to throw people into their bad days, throw people into their good days, make people think. I think music's about taking risks, and I definitely think that my album is a kind of collection of songs that are from all different inspirations from my life, you know, ballads and up-tempo and club tracks.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to be a reflection of who you are, and that's why the album's called Who You Are.
Sure. We've got some listener questions for you.
Okay.
So Debs wants to know what inspired you to write your song Rainbow. The lyrics are powerful and she loves it.
I was in the studio, and I remember basically just feeling like everybody's the same. And I remember there's always a time when you as you become a celebrity and people act differently around you, you know. I remember like I almost want people to be horrible to me sometimes, because people will be so nice to me because they kind of know that I'm the artist, and I'm like, just be
Normal.
like, push me over or something, like, you know. It's like, oh hi, and it's like it just frustrates me, and I'm always saying I'm the same as everybody else.
Yeah.
And that's what Rainbow's about. It's kind of, we're all the same. Like,
Can you still go out in the UK without? No, not at all.
No.
Do you think you could here?
yeah, I mean, obviously in the UK, I was there as
Yeah.
it happened, and
Yeah.
I kind of saw it grow. And it's very strange to be number one in 14 countries and be number one in countries you've never been to.
Yeah.
And I came here, and obviously I'm getting papped at the airport, and people are waiting for me,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm not used to that. So I don't really know, because I mean, I walked around Melbourne and got stopped constantly, but obviously it was the Logies and people knew I was there.
Yeah,
So-
and you've got the number one song in the country.
Yeah, so
Which
I kind of so, but yeah, no, I mean, sometimes I can walk around and like, I think this hair throws people off a little bit, but
Because everyone's used to like the full fringe.
yeah,
and
I'm
straight
very
hair.
jealous of your fringe right now.
Oh, thank you.
We've just got a very quick game we want to play with you.
Okay.
It's the or game. Now we'll just give you options and you tell us.
It's
Okay.
easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pizza or spaghetti?
Spaghetti,
Car or plane?
car,
Hills or flats?
hills,
Tall or short?
tool,
Pool or beach?
pull,
Hot or cold?
hot,
Straight or curly?
straight,
Top or bottom?
bottom,
Me too.
Day or night?
ooh, night,
Cat or dog?
neither, but dog.
Okay.
Neither. You don't like animals.
I'm allergic, so it's kind of.
no.
But I'm not allergic to all of them, but I'm really allergic to cats. And do you know what it is with animals? They don't talk. so they panic me. So it's like, if they're
You
like,
don't know what they're thinking.
no, it's like I'm like, what's wrong? And they're like, and I'm like,
Yeah.
are you gonna like cuddle me or attack me? I don't know.
Home or away? And not home and away, the show.
Home.
Okay. And feet under the sheets or feet out of the sheets?
Ooh, feet under the sheets.
Okay.
Well, Jessie J, thanks so much for sitting down. We just hope you enjoyed the little game there.
Yeah, no, I did.
Thank you so much.
Later on, when my foot's out of the sheets, I'll be like, damn, I gave the wrong answer.